Hi, welcome to PrimeTime Pickleball. My name is Jordan Briones, and in today's video, we're going to talk a little strategy, specifically cross-court dinking and how it's the smarter play. So let's get right into it. All right, so in this video, I really want to highlight the advantages of dinking cross-court. Okay, so we're going to specifically talk about why it's a higher percentage play when you dink cross-court, and we're going to talk about the specific advantages that it has as opposed to dinking straight on. So the first thing I want to note is when you're dinking straight on, especially if you're dinking close to the sideline here, this is the highest part of the net. Okay, if I'm dinking straight on with my opponent, my margin of error will be less if I'm dinking cross court. Okay, the lowest part of the net is in the middle of the net right here. Closer to the sidelines is 2 inches higher. So if you go on this side, cross court, Kaden, you're gonna give yourself a lot more margin if you're dinking cross court, okay? All right, as you can see, we're just trying to be really consistent. And what we're doing is the ball is traveling over the lowest part, okay? If we were dinking straight on, then it'd be a little bit different story. This net is a little bit higher and our margin of error will be a little less because we're dinking over a higher part of the net. All right, so the second reason why it's the smarter play to dink cross court is pretty much my contact point from here to my opponent will be from line to line is 14 feet because you have 7 feet from the non-volley zone line to the net and another 7 feet on the other side. So I have less than a 14-foot margin to pop this ball up or get it a little bit deep. So if we're dinking here and let's say I get a little bit deep, okay, he could really put that ball away even if I lift it up a little bit. So if you go on the cross court side, let's say we're dinking on this side, now we have the lower part of the net, like I mentioned before, and also I have a longer distance from my contact point to my opponent's contact point. So now I have a little bit more margin for error as I'm dinking cross court. Okay, if he was right in front of me, I wouldn't have nearly the amount of margin that I have dinking on this side. Okay, so that's why cross court, that's the second reason why cross court and dinking cross court is a smarter play. All right, so the third reason why dinking cross court is a smarter play is that it's much easier to hit an unattackable ball hitting a ball cross court. And the reason for that is it's a lot easier to put spin on the ball. So if I'm dinking here straight on, there's not a lot of margin for error. We talked about that. There's only 7 feet from the net to his feet, okay? So what I'm gonna do when I'm dinking straight on, most likely, my dinks will not have a lot of spin and they might sit up. They're a lot easier to sit up a little bit for him to attack than if I was cross court. So if I'm dinking cross court here, it's a lot more natural dinking cross court where I could put a little bit spin, a little bit slice on the ball so that the ball stays lower and it makes it harder to attack for my opponent. So right now I'm putting underspin here, okay? And it makes it a little bit harder for my opponent to attack balls that have a little spin and staying low to the ground than if I was just dinking straight on. So let's go to the backhand side. And especially on this backhand side, you'll see most players put slice on their backhand dinks because it's just a natural shot and it's going to keep that ball lower to the ground. It's going to make it harder for my opponent to attack and speed up that ball. Okay, so let's just take a few backhand dinks. Okay, so it's just more natural to put a little bit of slice, especially on the backhand side, and the balls are not going to sit up as you would be dinking straight on. Okay, so the fourth reason why dinking cross court rather than down the line is a smarter play is that it's harder to attack a cross court ball than a down the line ball for your opponent. Okay, so let's just do this. Let's just show them this example. If I'm dinking straight on and the balls are coming straight at my opponent, sorry about that, they're coming straight at my opponent here, they could just wind up and hit the ball. Okay, it's very easy to track a ball that is coming straight at you. If I am over here, okay, now we're on the forehand side, and now the ball is coming across the net. Okay, now it's coming across his body. It's going to be a little bit harder to attack for my opponent because they have to redirect that ball. Okay, if they hit it hard where the ball came from, that ball is going to be out. But if they want to attack middle or down the line, what they're going to have to do, this ball is coming across their body, now they're going to have to change directions of the ball. So it makes it a lot harder to attack a cross-court ball than a ball that's coming straight down the line from your opponent, because they're already set here, and if they want to roll it or just flick it right towards their opponent, it's easier to attack those balls. Okay, so the fifth reason why dinking cross-court is a smarter play is it totally takes out the Ernie. So if you don't know what the Ernie is, we have a video on that, but I'm going to show you right now. This is an advanced shot, but this happens in high level play. And this is why you see, if you watch the top pros play, most of the rallies are hit cross court. Most of the dinking rallies are hit cross court to keep this shot out of play, and because of the previous reasons I gave you before. Okay, so let's say we're dinking down the line. It's going to take out this Ernie shot. So sorry. So this shot that either I get set here and I hit the ball, or I jump across. Okay, if I'm dinking cross court, my opponent's never going to be able to do that shot. Okay, so remember, those are the 5 reasons why dinking cross court is definitely the smarter play. I hope this video helped. Leave a comment below on your thoughts on this strategy.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like.
Thanks so much for watching. For more free video lessons, please visit PrimetimePickleball.com. But before you head on over there, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you don't miss out on any future videos. Also, for PrimeTime Pickleball shirts like this and other great apparel, please visit PTPgear.com.